Progress.
Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Rama Rama Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tiravanatari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yashodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tiravanatari Hey Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Kunja Vihare Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanatari Yamuna Tiravanatari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Guru Deva 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 Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Nitai Guru Adigu 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 Nitai Guru Adigu Nitai Guru Adigu 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 Nitai Guru Adigu 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 Mantra ki Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you again. Before we start, I see some new faces. Can we introduce? Can you introduce yourself? Hare Krishna Mati.
Mrs. Paula Nadialwala.
neighbor of Himani.
Very nice. Mrs. Bhavana, Mataji ki jai. 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Mataji, for coming. And yes, Mataji, yours.
I'm Jana Nariwala, and I also neighbor of Himani.
What's your name again?
Jana.
Gena.
Gena. Okay, Gena Mataji ki jai. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Mataji, you. Next to Dira Mataji. Yeah, I'm seeing from. Very nice. 3 times Hari Bol to Sonia Mataji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And Prabhuji, Kalpesh Prabhu, I have seen you in the temple. Kalpesh Prabhu, 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Also on behalf of our Bensalem Bhakti Vriksha, I would like to, did I miss anyone? Yes. Sorry, Mataji.
Trupti, we are all from the same family.
What's your name?
Trupti.
Trupti, Trupti Mataji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you very much for joining.
One more Mataji.
I can't see. Okay. Child Mataji.
Krishika.
Krishika. 3 times Hari Bol to Krishika Mataji. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Thank you. And on behalf of Bensalem Bhakti Vriksha, I would like to thank the host, Himani Mataji and Prabhuji and 2 kids, wonderful kids. Thank you for hosting this program. So we'll begin. So before reciting or discussing about Srimad Bhagavatam, so we need to recite these prayers. Okay, so let's all recite. I'll recite and then you can repeat. Okay. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashta prayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangam Langayate Girim Yet Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurun Dinataranam Om Ajnana Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Jai. Thank you. So can anyone tell why we have to chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya three times? Everyone is silent.
There are three principles, right? Adhyatmika, Adhyatmika, Adhyatmika. So we are praying to Lord Krishna, Vasudeva, a son of Vasudeva, to protect us always from all these things. That's my understanding.
He's right. So if no one has heard, so we have three miseries: Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik. What is this? Adi Bhautik? What is Adi Bhautik? What is Adi Bhautik? No. Adi Bhautik. Bhautika Vishi. Bhautika Vishaya means what? Material. Yes. Adi Bhautik is other living entities. Bhautika Vishya. Right? Material discussion. Right? Bhautik. Adi Bhautik is other. Adi Dhaivik.
The
Natural calamities. We have been seeing that quite lately. Many natural calamities, right? Adi Dhaivik and Adhyatmik. What is Adhyatmik?
Self in by mind and body.
Mind and body. And that is a major thing actually. The main thing of all others, major thing, mind. Mind and body. Body somehow we can tolerate, but mind is uncontrollable. So it's very difficult. So that is why we have to concentrate on one single point. So which we are going to discuss now. Okay. So that is why we have to chant. And now we are discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a series. We already passed 2 sessions, a couple of sessions, but initial sessions were glories about Srimad Bhagavatam. What are the benefits? Why do we have to hear? And what is actually discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam? So who doesn't know Srimad Bhagavatam? I see new faces, that's why I'm asking. Everyone knows about Srimad Bhagavatam? Okay. Yeah, I can't see you, Mata. If you can please come a little forward, if you don't mind. I have to see you. Thank you. Anybody else who knows Bhagavatam, who does not know Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam. You.
I don't know Bhagavatam.
Good. It's better to be, to have a clean slate rather than having some scribbled on it. Okay, so it's easy to understand. So Bhagavatam. So you heard about Bhagavad Gita? Great. So what is Bhagavad Gita? In one sentence. Okay, good. Right. Krishna and Arjuna's discussion, the whole Bhagavad Gita. So the essence of Bhagavad Gita, in one word, anyone? Essence of Bhagavad Gita, in one sentence. Surrender. Yes, that's the last one, what Sri Krishna says, right? Sarva dharman paritejya mamekam sharanam praja. Okay, so I'll take care of all your reactions of your sinful activities. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayasami masuchaha. So don't worry about it. I'll take care of all your reactions of sinful activities, right? That is the essence. So then higher study, okay, so this is the basics. Bhagavad Gita is the base for everything. So higher study, if you go, then it is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhagavad Gita is a part of Mahabharata. Mahabharata is compiled by whom? Srila Vyasadeva, right? And so Srila Vyasadeva, he compiled this Srimad Bhagavatam also. This is the 18th Purana. He compiled Vedas, and to make it easy, Vedanta Sutras, Brahma Sutras, that is all Vedanta Sutra and Brahma Sutra are same. So he compiled Vedanta Sutras, just one liner where you can understand. But it was so difficult. So then came Itihasas, then Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, then Puranas. So there are 18 Puranas. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is 18th Purana. This is the final Purana he wrote. He wrote in matured state. Okay, after meditating Lord Krishna, then he wrote this. Okay, so this is very, very very important for us specifically, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. We all come in the lineage of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And it is, of course, beneficial for the entire world, but for us specifically, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. These are the basic scriptures, okay, which gives the entire essence. And whatever we have been following for many years, it is all based on this teachings, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So I said Bhagavatam is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, 18th Purana. And Bhagavatam has 12 cantos. Okay, how many cantos? 12 cantos. And in 12 cantos, if you see Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavatam translation, you can see 18 volumes actually. So total cantos has been spread into 18 volumes. If you see. So in 12 cantos, there are how many verses? 18,000 verses. Right? In Bhagavad Gita, there is 700 verses. Bhagavatam, it is 18,000 verses. And there are how many chapters? 335 chapters. And how many verses? Total? 18,000. Okay. So now we are discussing the first canto, first chapter, and third verse. So we discussed last two sessions, we discussed first verse and second verse. And today we are discussing the third verse. So this is the first three verses are very, very important. They're very important because that is the base for understanding the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, those three verses, the entire meaning of all the other verses is hidden. So that is what this Bhagavatam is. Paramamsa Samhita. What is Paramamsa Samhita? The scripture for liberated souls. The Srimad Bhagavatam is. So then one may ask that, are we liberated? Then we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Are we liberated? No, right? So then why are we hearing Srimad Bhagavatam? Because this scripture is for liberated souls. Right? No. Liberated souls will enjoy, but we are not at the level of enjoying Srimad Bhagavatam. We cannot relish Srimad Bhagavatam yet. That is what we have to study. Even keeping Srimad Bhagavatam at home, if you don't have, please take it from the temple. Okay, all the cantos. If you just keep it at home, it is very auspicious. If you just touch it and open the pages of Bhagavatam, it is more auspicious. If you just read blindly without understanding also, that is fine. But if you just read, that is more auspicious. If you try to understand, it is more auspicious. If you understand and realize, much more. If you realize and implement, most auspicious. See, how does that work? So it is very important. Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is what we are going to learn today. Okay, this is the first three verses. I said, right? First three verses are very, very important. So you all missed two verses, but when you get time, there is a recording online, so you can go through. Okay, so these three verses are called Paribhashita Sutra. Paribhashita Sutra means which defines the meaning of all other verses, the entire 18,000 verses. Likewise, in Bhagavad Gita also we have Paribhashita Sutras. Every scripture has that. In that one, for example, the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that? Okay, recite.
Janmadhyasya yato vandaya itaraschatteshu abhigyasvara teve brahma hridayaya adi kaviye niryanti yat suryaha tejo vari hridam yatha vinmayo yatra visargo mrisha ramna svena sada nirasta kurupam satyam param dhimahi.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Mataji. So in this one verse, entire Bhagavatam is hidden. Because entire Bhagavatam we are hearing because we want to hear about Krishna, right? And here Vyasadeva, to begin with, he says that Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right? Who is Vasudevaya? Son of Vasudeva. Son of Vasudeva is Krishna. So he's offering his obeisances to Krishna. So that means Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And he is Janma Adi Asya. So he's creator, sustainer, and annihilator. Okay? Creation, sustenance, and annihilation. So in the first verse, then we read about the features of Lord. Like I said, he is creator, sustainer, and annihilator. And then he's Abhigna, he's Swarat, right? He's fully cognizant, he's fully knowledgeable, and he gets knowledge from all the sources, right? And then he's the creator using Tejo or Imrudam, all three elements. Everybody gets bewildered, illusioned by that creation, right? So this we heard in first. And second one, first one gives you the Sambandha Gnana. What is Sambandha Gnana? So for example, a mother is there, mother and child, right? So there is a relation between mother and child, right? If somebody comes, some third person comes and glorifies that child, the motherly affection and love will increase or not? Oh, my son is like this. He's a good cricket player. He's a good swimmer. Oh, wow, right? Somebody glorifies. So that means the more features others describe about that child, the love, the sambandha will increase. So this is Sambandha Gnana, the first verse. First verse, we are defining the features of the Lord Krishna. As I said, he's creator, annihilator, destructor, then he's Abhigna, Swarat, all that, all the features. So the more features we know about the Lord, we know what is the relation between us and the Lord. Right? He's talking about the entire universe, right? To talk about the entire universe, how am I connected to the universe? I mean, what is the area? Bensalem, right? Bensalem. I'm in Trivos. I am one single entity in Trivos, right? But Trivos is a small city in Falls Township, Bucks County. So Bucks County is one of the counties in many counties. And that many counties constitute one state. And one state is one of the states of 50 states. And that 50 states constitute one US. And one US is one of the states, one of the countries of North America. North America is one of the
Continents.
In what is it? What do you call? Continent. So that continent, many continents frame one Earth. And Earth is one of the planets of 14 planetary systems. And that 14 planetary system frame one universe. Likewise, millions and millions of universes come out of Vishnu when he breathes out. Right? Just imagine, we are just insignificant, but he is the creator of all these things. Isn't he great? Isn't he great? Can we do that? We can't. So that is the greatness of Lord. So now understand what is the relation between me and Lord. Right? Where am I and where is he? But fortunately, Lord is very merciful, right? Lord says you don't have to traverse through that to come to me. I'll stay in your heart. I'll stay in your heart. So that is beauty of the Lord. So greatness, greatness of Lord, absolute truth. And the second verse, first verse we establish a sambandha. Okay, second verse is dharma projito kaitav. Anybody can recite? Can anybody recite? I will give chance to others. Can anyone recite? Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastava matra vastu shivadam tapatrayon muulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. Yes. So this verse, first one is Sambandha Gnan. So we know more about Lord, establish Sambandha. So now that we know what is a Sambandha, what is the procedure to increase that Sambandha? Like, mother and child, I gave example, right? So now what is the procedure? Okay, in the second verse, it is depicted very clearly. that you throw away all the other dharmas, what I have defined so far. See, Srila Vyasadeva wrote 17 Puranas, right? In these 17 Puranas, he has given all the information, whatever information you want, he has given, right? Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Upasana Kanda, all these three divisions, he has given all the information, whatever you want. But he says, this is the, in Srimad Bhagavatam, the highest Paramo Dharma Stapitaha. Dharma Projita Kaitava, all cheating religion, those religions which are very beneficial, which are bodily concept, which are Upasana Kanda means you offer services to this demigod, you will get benefit. Like that. So all these you just neglect, give up. Projita. Projita means completely throw away all these things. Whatever you have heard. In Navy language, there is a word called jettison. Have you heard this word, jettison? Okay, so if a ship is about to drown, okay, due to some reason, ship is about to drown, then captain will say, hey, in order to survive, you throw away, because the weight is there in the ship. So you throw away all the items into the sea. So everybody will throw. Jettison means throw away. Throw away, throw away. Then some passengers will hold their valuable jewels in the box. Then he says, hey, no, throw away that also. So it's complete throw away. It's not just. So he says like that. Jettison means completely throw away. Projita. Ujjita means throw away. Projita, complete. So he says completely throw away. So similarly in the second verse, complete whatever you have heard, which is on the bodily conscious, which is on the Purushartha level, 4 Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, right? All that whatever I have defined in these 17 Puranas, complete throw away. Paramo Dharma Sthapitaha, in this Srimad Bhagavatam, Parama Dharma Sthapitaha. So we'll come to know what is that Parama Dharma. Okay, so Parama Dharma on a simple basis, it is based on the soul level. Okay, so in a nutshell, if I have to say. So that is Parama Dharma Sthapitaha. That is the Abhideya. Abhideya means what practice should I do to increase our sambandha? First verse. What practice should I do? So just throw away all the dharma and follow this dharma, what is defined in Bhagavatam. Okay, so sambandha, we know, abhideya. Then what happens when you establish relation, like mother and son, now relation is good. Now she's feeling that taste in relation. So we all say, right, whenever I do something, what is the benefit for me? Do we do or not? Whatever activity you do, unless there is a benefit, you don't do, right? Do you? There should be profit. Otherwise, why waste? You're coming here, hearing Bhagavatam. Is it a pious entertainment or you're really hearing? Because we have been working from Monday to Friday very hard. Let me go to Bhagavatam class and then do some pious entertainment. I also feel nice. Oh, do we do that? No, there is a real benefit. What is the real benefit? When we leave this hall, then whatever we heard, okay, because when we hear in other verses, we heard that when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna personally comes and sits into your heart and cleanses all the filth we have in our heart when we just hear, right? So there is a benefit, the ultimate benefit. So when we go out of this hall, whatever we have heard, if we try to implement, that is a success of you attending Srimad Bhagavatam. Will you all try? Haribol, say Haribol. Loudly, I didn't hear. Thank you. So that is the prayojana. That is the third verse. Third verse, which we are going to discuss today. Third verse gives you prayojana. What is the profit? It is rasam. The benefit of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is completely defined here. Rasam alayam. Okay. So we also discussed what is the benefit. I'll just tell you one simple benefit, okay, of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, and I'll continue with the session. So we heard Yasyam vai Shruyamanayam. You can repeat. Yasyam vai Shruyaman Krishne Paramapurushe Bhaktir Utpadyate Pumsa Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Good. Thank you, kids. Nice. So the meaning of it is simply by giving oral reception of what? Of Srimad Bhagavatam to this Vedic scripture. Simply giving oral reception to start with. Okay. The feeling of loving devotional service. Krishna Paramapurushe, on Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. By hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, if you get the feeling of devotional service towards the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, what happens? What is the effect of it? Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Apaha. Apaha means fire. Apaha, gone. Okay. Extinguish. Extinguish the fire of Shoka. What is Shoka? Lamentation. See, we all lament, right? We all lament for what we don't have. Okay. Correct? Yes. So that is what Krishna says. Yoga kemam vahamyaham. Right? I will secure what you have and I will give you what you don't have. So what is the need of lamentation? So we don't enjoy what we have, but we always lament what we don't have. That is our status. So that lamentation will be gone. And moha will be gone. What is moha? Illusion. Illusion is a bigger word. Okay, illusion that this daughter belongs to me, wife belongs to me, husband belongs to me. All these are illusions because it's hardly in this, supposing in this audience, after at least 80-90 years, nobody is going to be here. Correct? Anyone going to be here after 80-90 years? You want to be? I'm saying this is temporary. Hardly we live for 100 years. Right? The illusion is, no, I am going to be here permanent. Right? Yudhishthira Maharaj asked that question, right? Yaksha Prashna. What is that Yaksha Prashna? What is so astonishing in this world? What is that? Yudhishthira Maharaj answers that question. Ahani bhutani. Repeat. Ahani bhutani gachantiya yamalaya. Shesha stavaram icchanti. Kim ascharya mattaparam. Yes, what is so astonishing means every day we see people dying, but still we think we are not going to die. We are enjoying. We will come to know when we become old. If at all we are in the line of whatever practices we are doing, we realize. If we are not, just imagine outsiders, right, who don't have any taste of Srimad Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavad Gita. They are enjoying, thinking that, okay, I am living my life. Right? So this illusion will be gone. Choka, moha, bhaya. Bhaya means fear. Fear we have always, right? Even while driving to your house, I was fearful if to see other cars, they don't hit me. Right? That is a fear. So fear is always there in any step. Padam padam yat vipadam nateshu. So it's always there is fear. So that is gone if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And how did we have to hear? That also we learned. So now coming to our today's verse, third verse. Third verse establishes Prayojana. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Prayojana. What is the use? Okay, let's see what is the use. So let's recite. Okay, first I'll recite, then you can repeat. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam Chuka mukhadhrava amrita dhrava samyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. Let's repeat one more time. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam Shuka mukha damrita dhrava samyutam Pibata bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. So the translation by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is what it's saying. Come. Third verse is, come and enjoy, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. The mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, the fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable to all, including liberated souls. So, as I said, Paramahamsa Samhita, this scripture is for liberated souls. But it is very auspicious, we hear. So, what does this mean? Nigama, Kalpa, Taror. Nigama, Gama. Gam means what in Sanskrit? To go out or to come. Gam. Agam. You know, in one of the verses in Bhagavad Gita, they have used this Agam. Can you say what? Ah, very nice. Thank you, Kirtida. Agama apayino anityas. Comes and goes. Matra sparchastu kaunteya shitoshna sukadukada. Agama apayino anityas tam titikshvasva bharata. So come and go. So Nigama and Agama. Okay, which goes, which comes out, basically. Nigama. Nigama means Nishesha. Nishesha means everywhere, which goes out to everywhere. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada translates this as Nigama means Vedic literatures. So Vedic literatures go out everywhere to everyone. Nigama. Right? So this Vedic literature, suppose say example I'll give you. If you go to an ice cream shop, do you all go to ice cream shop? Which ice cream shop? Cold Stone. Cold Stone ice cream shop. So if you go to Cold Stone ice cream shop and say the shopkeeper, I want to buy a shirt for me. I want to buy a pant. Can you buy? Why can't you buy? It's a wrong shop. It's an ice cream shop. Similarly, if you go to JCPenney and say, I want to buy ice cream, can you buy? No. So it is unlimited. If you go particular shop, you will get only particular item. Right? But the amazing part of this Vedic literature is it gives whatever you want. Some person might say, I want to be the greatest fighter in the world. Vedic scriptures give you that. Vedic scriptures give you that knowledge where you can become the topmost fighter. Somebody says, I'm a scientist. I'm a meteorologist. I'm an astrologist. I learn science. I learn biology. I learn mathematics. All these knowledge are there in Vedic literatures. Right? So it gives everything, unlike this ice cream shop. So this Vedic literature which gives everything, is like Kalpataru. Kalpataru means desire tree. Right? We have ISKCON desire tree, which gives all the lecturers, right? Lectures and videos. So this is Kalpataru. Kalpataru means desire tree, which gives everything. You can go and ask a tree, I need mango. Next moment, somebody else comes and asks, I need apple. Still it gives. I need mango, gives. So it gives everything basically. So this Vedic is a vast knowledge, both material and spiritual, not only material. It gives spiritual also. So it is based on the desirer, what we want to take out of it. If we want to go, honestly speaking, if you pray to Krishna sincerely, attentively, that Krishna, I need $1 billion, he's going to give you. Guaranteed, believe me. But you have to pray according to what Krishna has defined, not what according to you. You do all anarthas and then go to Krishna and Krishna, give me some money. I want to enjoy. No, he won't. So if you pray attentively, Krishna will give you it. So that is the desire tree. So similarly, this Vedic, it gives both material and spiritual. And material means what? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I said dharma means religiosity. Artha means economic development. Kama, it gives kama. There's a kama shastra also. If you want, anybody wants to do just sense enjoyment, you can read Kama Shastra. Everything is there, A to Z. And then moksha. If you want liberation, liberation is also given. So Vedic has everything. So this Kalpataru means desire tree, right? Even actually, you have heard about Hitler, right? Hitler. He had a very close secretary, Himmler. His name is Himmler. And he used to refer to these Upanishads to get tantric knowledge. He was after tantric knowledge, because he wants to defeat others, right? So he used to refer Vedic scriptures. Even great scientists like Albert Einstein, they all, for their scientific research, they used to refer this Vedic literature. They used to get the knowledge. So any knowledge you want, you can contact Vedic scriptures. Vedic scriptures. Okay? But are we into that now? No. This Srimad Bhagavatam is separate. That means, even though it is came out of Vedas, but this Srimad Bhagavatam, it goes beyond these 4 Purusharthas. Okay, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Pancha Artha, 5th. Okay, it gives, what it gives? The love. Love for Krishna. Prema Pumorto Mahan. That is the love. This Bhagavatam gives that love. So here he says, Nigama Kalpataror Galitam Pradam. If you consider the entire Veda as the desired tree, right? Every branch gives whatever you want. Then out of this desired tree, okay, there is one fruit which is completely ripened, not half ripened. See, if you want to make the fruit fall down, you can either throw the stone, fruit will fall down, right? So fruit will fall down, but that is not completely ripe. Is it ripe? No. For fruit to fall down by itself, it should be completely ripened. You don't have to throw stone. It will fall by itself. And this Srimad Bhagavatam is that fruit which is completely ripened. That is Galitam. Galitam means Shvechaya Patitam. Patitam means falling down. Shvechaya, by its own. Na Patitam, not by throwing stone or anything like that. It will fall down. So that means the essence of all the Vedic literatures, this one fruit which has completely ripened, It is falling down. For what? For us. Okay. So that is Galitam. Galitam phalam. Phalam means fruit. Then what else? Nigama kalpataror Galitam phalam. This ripened fruit, by default, it is sweet. Right? Will it not be sweet? Example given here is mango. Mango is king of fruits. Right? Who doesn't like mango? Everybody is like mango?
My daughter doesn't.
Your daughter? Oh my. You don't like mango? Oh. Mango is called king of fruits. You haven't tasted mango, right? Did you?
No, I have tasted mango.
You have? And you didn't like? Try Alfonso mango. Yeah. So mango, I have different varieties of mango, but here we are not talking about that store-bought mango. Okay. Here we are talking about Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, which is like, it is referred by, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives this example. Okay. Here says Galitam Phalam. Phalam is referring to mango. Okay. Which is the king of all fruits. So if somebody gives you mango, okay, you have to peel it, right? You have to take the effort to peel it. And then still, again, you cannot eat it because there is a seed inside, right? So seed will interfere. So you don't really enjoy, right? But if somebody peels it off and then takes a seed off and give you, even if you give mango as is, even then you may not feel very enjoyable. But if somebody makes rasam out of that, semi-solid, you gulp, sip by sip, sip by sip. Isn't it deliciable? See? So that is what it is. So here he says, Galitam phalam sukamukhad. Shuka means Sukadeva Goswami. Already that fruit is very relishable, but because it is touched by the lips of Sukadeva Goswami, Sukha meaning itself is parrot. So you would have already experienced, those who are born in India, right? I have that experience. I used to eat Goa bitten by squirrel. That itself was tasteful. Think about parrot. When parrot bites that and you eat it, it's very tasteful, right? So this Sukha means Sukadeva Goswami. Sukha means parrot. This Bhagavatam, which is bitten by Sukha, parrot, that means which is spoken by Srimad Sukadeva Goswami, it is more relishable. By default, it is relishable. And more on top of it, it's bitten by Sukadeva Goswami. Shukamukhat Amrita Drava Samyutam. Amrita means this nectar. Srimad Bhagavatam is nectar, full of pastimes, Krishna's pastimes, right? When you go next chapter, next canto onwards, full of pastimes, stories, is nectar. In fact, when Parikshit Maharaj was about to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Where? On the banks of? No, Naimisharanya is Suta Goswami in sages. No. Parikshit Maharaj heard Srimad Bhagavatam on the banks of Ganges. When he left everything, then he went into forest on the banks of Ganges. Then he heard from Sukadeva Goswami. When I was about to start Srimad Bhagavatam, they were all great sages assembled there. All great sages. Vashishta Muni, all the Munis, including his father. Who is his father? Vyasadeva. Including his spiritual master. Who is that? Everybody was present. Can you imagine? Teacher is sitting in front of students and listening to students. Is there in any history? Always teachers and students here, right? No, he's very different here. Sukadeva Goswami. So that is why Vyasadeva is there. And then Narada Muni is there. Okay. On top of it, all the demigods, including Indra, Chandra, everybody comes down from heaven. to hear about Srimad Bhagavatam. So before reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, Indra comes to Sukadeva Goswami. He says, what are you trying to do? You are trying to give Srimad Bhagavatam, right? Because Parikshit Maharaj is going to die in 7 days. So in these 7 days, you want to give Bhagavatam to him, right? Why do you want to give Bhagavatam? To save him, right? Then Indra says, you don't worry. I have this Amrita with me, because in heavenly planets, this Amrita is the most secured item. Because Amrita means what? If you drink, you don't have death, right? That is a literal meaning, but in fact, you also die. Amrita, who has consumed Amrita, they'll also die. But they may die in 1 million years or 10 million years, whatever. The only life is expanded, that's all, elongated. Okay. So Indra says, I'm going to give you this Amrita, give this to Parikshit Maharaj, and in turn give that Bhagavatam to me. You don't have to tell him, give me Bhagavatam. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, what? You're comparing a piece of glass with the diamond, even though both of them shine, they are not equal. You're telling this glass piece, the Amrita is comparing glass piece with the Amrita what Indra got, right? It's comparing, this is nothing in front of the diamond. By taking this, you might elongate your life for 1 million or 10 million years, but eventually you're going to die. But if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, you are still going to die, but this is going to be your last death. Why? Because you won't have birth. See the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam? So he says, I'm not going to give you. If you want, you hear it. So that is Amritam, the greatest Amritam, not the heavenly Amritam what we have. More than that. Amrita, Drava Samyutam. Drava means we already discussed. Drava means semi-solid. Drava Samyutam. He says, come and eat this. No, he didn't say eat. Sorry. He says, drink this. Pibata. Pibata means drink. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. He says, Pibata. There's another, last time we recited one verse. Ascharya Mietadi Manusha Loke Sudam Parityajya Visham Pibanti. Do you remember? Who said yes? Amul Prabhu, yes. Because he replied to me with all the answers. Every week I post questions. Okay, whatever session we have, I post questions. If you are interested, you can answer. But I get answers every week. So he answered that. So, Ascharya Metadi Manusha Loke Sudam Parityajya. Sudam is Srimad Bhagavatam. Parityajya Visham Pibanti. Namani Narayana Gocharani Tektanya Vachak Kuhaka Patanti. Other than speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, these material people, they're all speaking nonsense. Right? Because they have given away this Amrita, Sudam. So here he says Pibanti, right? That's why he came. So, Drava Samyutam, Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. What do you have to drink? The Rasam, not MTR Rasam. Not MDH Rasam. This is Rasam. The Grantraj Rasam. The essence, the mellow, the love coming out. Rasam Alayam. How do you have to drink? And up to when? Alayam means means up to. Layam means destruction. Up to the destruction of this body, we have to keep hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Not hearing, drink Srimad Bhagavatam. Up to the destruction of this body. Not only this, in this life, he's not talking about this life, because we'll take birth next life also. Next life you have to hear. After that, you have to hear. Up to destruction, up to you get liberated. You have to keep hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Drava Samyutam, Pibata, Bhagavatam, Rasamalayam. Alayam. Up to destruction. Layam is destruction. Alayam. Then, Muhuraho. Rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. Muhuraho is saying, oh, aho, come, you Rasikas, come and release this Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhuvi bhavukaha, in this world, all thoughtful people are there, because most of the time we try to implement logic in spirituality, right? That doesn't work. Logic doesn't work. Instead, suppose say if you are given this mango, Kalitam Phalam, as soon as you are given this mango, okay, with all semi-solid state, everything, do you still analyze that, oh, what might be the content in this? Is it going to be? No. You immediately drink it. Relish. Don't use your logic. Okay, so here he is referring, oh, thoughtful people, don't use your logic. Come and relish Srimad Bhagavatam. Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha. So come and hear from Sukadeva Goswami. So what is the difference? Vyasadeva wrote this, compiled this Srimad Bhagavatam. He knows everything what is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Still he heard from Sukadeva Goswami. Why? There is a difference in Sukadeva Goswami. The way Sukadeva Goswami presents this Srimad Bhagavatam, it is so appealing to everyone that even his father and his spiritual master, they ended up hearing. So relishable. So that is why you have to hear from Sukadeva Goswami. So whenever you hear any spiritual matters, you have to hear from a bona fide Vaishnava. Otherwise, you tend to misunderstand. So for example, there is a Shubhashitam. You know Shubhashitam? Shu means good. Bhashitam means words. Okay, Subhashitam means it gives you some meaning. So I'm just telling you what happens if you don't hear properly, how you can misunderstand something. I'm giving you an example. Okay, you can repeat after me. Keshavam patitam društva Pandava harsha nirbara Roditum kaurava sarve. Aha, Keshava, Keshava. So what is the meaning? Keshavam patitam društva. Keshavam means Krishna, right? Good. Keshavam patitam. Patitam means fall down. Društva, seeing. Keshavam patitam društva. By seeing Krishna falling down, Pandava harsha nirbara. Pandavas were very joyful. Right? Keshavam patitam društva, Pandava harsha nirbara. Pandavas were very happy. Who is crying? Roditum kaurava sarve. All the Kauravas were crying. Crying. How? Aha, Keshava. Keshava. You fell down. Wow. Pandavas were doing that. And Roditum kaurava sarve. Is this the correct meaning? Why not? It is openly I said. Keshavam is said Krishna. Why? No, that is why we have to hear from the right source. Otherwise, just because you know Sanskrit, you cannot interpret things and understand on your own. You have to go to a spiritual master. You go to a higher authority. That too bona fide Vaishnava. Not some who is very eloquent in speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, but still doesn't practice. No. We also said, Avaishnava mukod girnam shravanam naiva kartavyam. A Vaishnava, even though he is speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, shravanam naiva kartavyam. Why? Because it is like a snake. You have amrita in the drum, right? Very nice amrita with all the nuts, everything beautiful. You know, if you drink, you'll relish like anything. But slowly snake comes and touches with his tongue. So the whole Amrita is poisoned. Even though Amrita, which is like Bhagavatam, just because the snake touched it, you cannot drink it. That is like if you hear from a Vaishnava. A Vaishnavas are those who eloquently explain Bhagavatam, but still they don't practice in their life. So that is why we have to hear from such an authority where not only they speak, but they practice themselves. Okay, so that is why we have to hear from such a person. So let's see what is this Keshavam. Keshavam patitam društva. Patitam is falling down, correct. K means you have to split that. K means water. Shava means dead body. When a dead body, patitam društva, falls down on the water, društva, seeing this, Pandava harsha nirbara. What is Pandava? You have to split that again. I'm explaining this simply because how we misunderstand things. Okay. So Pa Andava. Pa means water. Andava means egg. So those who come out of eggs in the water is what? Fishes, creatures, water creatures. So those water creatures, they become very happy. Pandava harsha nirbara. By what? By seeing the dead body falling in the water. Why? That is their food. So now they have a lot of food to eat. But who is crying here? Roditam Kaurava Sarve. Kaurava means not Kauravas. Roditum means crying. Rava means those wolves. You see wolves, right? Wolves in the forest, they cry, horrible sound. Right? Roditum, they are crying. Kaurava Sarve, all the wolves making horrible sound. They are crying. Why? Aha, Keshava, Keshava. Again, K means water, Shava, dead body. I lost my food. Oh. It's completely different meaning. Right? Isn't it different meaning? It's not that Krishna is falling down, Pandavas are happy and Kauravas are crying. It never happens. Krishna cannot fall down, first of all. So that is why it is very important from whom you hear. Okay. So Sukadeva Goswami, that is why they are hearing. Vyasadeva and Narada Muni, they are hearing from Sukadeva Goswami because he speaks eloquently with rasa, the love. So that is why this third verse establishes the prayojana. Prayojana means what is the benefit? Benefit is, oh, you people, Rasika, Bhavukaha, you all come together, relish this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Amrita Drava Samyutam. So relish by drinking it. Okay? So that is what we'll end here. That is the essence of third, which is the, basically, as I said, it defines the entire Srimad Bhagavatam. If we don't understand this, if we simply read Srimad Bhagavatam, we might be very good in English reading. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is in English, right? What we read. We might be good in English, but that is not the essence. That is not the objective. Objective is to relish so that our love for devotion, for Supreme Personality of Godhead sprouts. Then we can understand the relation between me and Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then we can walk in the right path. Okay. So this is the nutshell of third verse. So now you know the meaning. So let's all recite one more time. Right? Now you don't have to recite blindly. When you recite, you'll know the meaning. Right? Do you all know the meaning? Can somebody summarize this meaning? One person. Anyone? There is a mic. One more mic. Yes, who wants to recite? Or who wants to tell the Tell the essence of third verse.
I'll just say the essence.
No, those people who are online, they should hear.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. The essence of the third verse is how to develop what is the benefit of hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, to develop the prayojana. And in summary, the entire third verse says that it is Srimad Bhagavatam is the matured fruit, which is written by Srila Vyasadeva. It is the essence of all the Puranas. It has been spoken by Srila Sukadeva Goswami, and by being spoken through him, it has become even more sweeter, and it is to be enjoyed and relished through the oral reception. And the matured fruit, the juice, has to be enjoyed through the ears. And when we enjoy it, it cleans our, it attracts us towards Srimad Bhagavatam and makes us relish the pastimes of Lord Krishna.
Very nice.
And we have to relish this until destruction. This is the alayam, which is until we get liberated. It can be this
Even
life,
after liberation.
even after liberation, and birth after birth, and even in the heavenly planets.
Very nice. Anybody else wants to add? Okay, so this amazingly, this tree, right? Whatever we are calling the Vedic tree. Okay, so Kalpataru, Vedic tree, Krishna plants the seed. So that sprouts. Brahma helps in sprouting. Okay, so all the fruits come out. Who is the fruit seller here? Vedavyas. Vedavyas gave the essence of this tree to everyone as a fruit. And who is making the juice out of it? Sukadeva Goswami. Who is that? Krishna planted the seed. Brahma helped in sprouting the tree. And Vedavyas is giving the fruit of all the Vedic literatures, right? As a fruit. He gives it to his son. What does his son? His son says, Dad, I'm going to make the juice for you. Right? So he's making a juice out of it. And he's giving to everyone. So what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu do? He opened a shop everywhere. Initially it was in Mayapur, but he opened shop everywhere. And who is the best businessman for this fruit? Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He opened the shops all around the world. Not only in India. Not only opening the shop of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, it is a free juice. Come and drink. Why are you wasting time? It's a free juice. Isn't it so nice? Yeah. Thank you. So let's all drink this. We'll continue next week. Okay. Next week onwards, first 3 slokas are prelude to Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why it took so long. But next week onwards, we'll go a little faster. Because we have to understand this before we get into the things. Okay. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Sukadeva Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Very good. So any questions we'll take, if any questions, complaints, suggestions, concerns, whatever you have. Online devotees? Oh, they're on mute. Unmute them. So pass on the mic, please. Arundhati Mataji has Achyuta Priya Mataji has a question. Unmute. Did you unmute? He's speaking. Put that mic here. Mic. He's speaking, Mataji. Because there. Yes, Surat Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you for joining.
So at the beginning of the class, you said Bhagavad Gita is the 18th Purana, right? Guruji?
Bhagavad Gita is not 18th Purana.
Is it
Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, there are 18 parvas. One of the parvas is called Bhishma Parva. In Bhishma Parva, Bhagavad Gita comes.
So the 18th Purana is what, Guruji?
18th Purana is Srimad Bhagavatam.
So what are, the other 17 Puranas, Guruji? Right.
There are many Puranas. Shiva Purana, Lakshmi Purana. So I don't know the full names, but there are many Puranas, 17 Puranas. So each, like Skanda Purana, Narada Purana, Garuda Purana, Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana. There are so many other Puranas. So 18 already over, right? No? Okay, so this is the final Purana compiled by Srila Vyasadeva. Bhavishya Purana is also there if you want to know about your future. So after eating prasadam, where will you go? Future. You want to know Bhavishya Purana.
Why did Vyasadeva stop at 18 Puranas?
I didn't hear.
Why did Vyasadeva stop at 18 Puranas?
What is the required? We saw, right? Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishvaraha. In second verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Dharma Projita Kaitavotra Paramo Nirmatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavam Vastra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayon Mulanam. Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite Kimva Parairishvaraha. So he has established everything, whatever he wanted, which is the highest love. He has already established, the rasa he established in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay? Kimva Parairishvara. What is the need of other scriptures? He himself says in second sloka. Veda Vyas himself says that I have established everything in this. Love of God. Prema Pumarto Mahan. Got it, Sridhar Prabhu? Okay, anybody else?
The second chapter.
Can't hear.
Prabhu, in the second chapter, if you read the purport or whatever it is, it says that Bhagavad Purana propound the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. It means a person who is not impure in heart, they can understand.
As I said in the beginning, those are pure in heart. Nirmatsaranam Satam. In the second verse itself, he says, who can hear Srimad Bhagavatam? Who are Nirmatsara. Nirmatsara means what? Matsara means what? Envy. Nirmatsara means those people who are non-envious. They can hear Srimad Bhagavatam, right? That means pure devotees. But as I said, they are the one who relishes Srimad Bhagavatam. Enjoy Srimad Bhagavatam. Because it is Drava Samyutam. They will enjoy. But we cannot. We are not at that stage. So, it is both directional. Because we are not pure, if you hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we will become pure. And pure devotees hear Srimad Bhagavatam. It is both directional. Because we are not pure, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam to become pure. You got it, fine, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Anybody else? Achyuta Priya Mataji, please pass the mic. No, here.
Hare Krishna. How is that so Bhagavatam has become much sweeter after spoken by Sukadeva Goswami?
Yes. So our question is, how Srimad Bhagavatam becomes sweeter after Sukadeva Goswami. So the Sukadeva Goswami, as soon as, how long he was there in the mother's womb?
18.
14, 18,
16?
16 years. Okay. So as soon, he didn't want it to come out. He didn't want it to come out. But Krishna said, you come out. So he came out. As soon as he came out, he left everything. He just walked away. Okay. When he was walking, there was a pond where many ladies, they were taking bath without dress. Okay. So when Sukadev Goswami was walking away, behind, Vyasadeva was also coming. Aputra, where are you going? Aputra. The entire trees on either side, they were resonating also. Aputra. So Sukadev Goswami was walking. He didn't care. By seeing Sukadev Goswami, he was also Digambar because he didn't have anything. By seeing Sukadev Goswami, those ladies, they didn't feel anything to cover their body because Sukadev Goswami was not on the platform of bodily. Sukadev Goswami by birth is a pure Vaishnava, pure devotee.
Enlightened.
Yes, pure devotee. He was not on the bodily conscious. Okay. So anybody who is not on that bodily conscious, if you hear from them, it is always going to be relishable and very effective. Like Sukadev Goswami, when he is speaking with so much poetic, this Srimad Bhagavatam, so that it is appealing to all. It is going to their hearts because he is a pure devotee. He is a Uttama Adhikari. He is not on the bodily conscious. But that is why it is very effective.
So, parrot of Radha.
Yes, Sukadev Goswami was also the parrot of Radharani. Okay, then he came to this earth. So that's why he is called Sukadev Goswami. So any other questions? Keep the mic there. Suvarnangi Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavas Pranams, always Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Prabhuji, it was such a wonderful class and all your series are wonderful Prabhu, thank you so much. And my apologies for not sending the last 2 sessions answers Prabhu, but I'm working on that to send you soon.
Thank you.
So I have a question, we are hearing all this, but from the first session until now, so we are trying to recollect and we're trying to remember, but as eventually when we start hearing more and more, like as the chapters progress, how can we remember all this, what we are hearing from the first until as the chapter progresses, Prabhu? Because I have difficulty in my memory power maybe. So is there any tips you would like to give us, Prabhu? And second question in pertinence to the same question is, how can we remember the shlokas?
How can you remember shlokas?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so you want to remember shloka or you want to remember the essence of everything?
Both, Prabhu.
Okay, so that is, we discussed this in the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So if you want to refer back to the videos, okay, about 3 weeks back, we discussed this, how one can remember. Do you forget ABCD, Mataji?
No.
Why don't you forget ABCD?
Because we use it in everyday life.
We implement it, right? We use ABCD every day, in and out. The time you get up until you sleep, sometimes even in the dream you'll be blabbering English. You know ABCD, right? That means we repeat every time. So similarly, we have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. This question was asked to Narada Muni actually. So Narada Muni replies, very nice answer. You can repeat after me. Sada Sevya, Sada Sevya. Srimad Bhagavati Katha.
Srimad Bhagavati Katha.
Slavanam Matrena. Harim chitta samashrayet.
Harim Srishthatmasraye.
So he was asked, Narada Muni is asked, how many times we have to read Srimad Bhagavatam? He said, Sadastevya. Da means time. Sada, always. Sadastevya, Sadastevya. Tevya means serving Srimad Bhagavatam. Serving Srimad Bhagavatam means hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Every time, 24/7, 365. Sadastevya, Sadastevya, Srimad Bhagavati Katha. What happens at time? Yasya Shravana Matrena. Just by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every time, 24/7, 365 days, Harim Chitta Samashrayet. Hari will come and sit in your heart. Hari, if he sits in your heart, then we'll go back to Bhagavad Gita now. Okay? We'll go back to Bhagavad Gita. Sarvahaschaham Ridhi Sannimishto. In everybody's heart, I am there. What will I do? Matta Smrutir Gnanam Apohanam Cha. I will give you knowledge, Smriti, memory, Apohanam, forgetful. I will give you all this. So if you really want to remember Srimad Bhagavatam, first thing is you have to hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. If you hear, Krishna will sit and he will give you memory. Right? You don't have to do anything. He will give you memory. He will give you knowledge, memory. And if you say, I want to forget, he will give you forgetfulness also. So that is Krishna's duty. All that we want to do is, we want to hear Srimad Bhagavatam such that Krishna comes and sits in your heart. The rest of the job is left to Krishna. He will give you memory. You can remember. Like how you remember ABCD. You can remember Srimad Bhagavatam verse by verse, meaning of that each word. Everyone of us can remember that. Don't think you cannot. If I ask everything about your job, you very well clearly will define what you have done last week in your job, because we are so attached to our job, right? I know in this line I coded this C#, variable. Okay. So you can remember all that. When you can remember that, when we can remember our kid's name, even in dream, the mother is so kid conscious that when she is sleeping, if the small kid, okay, she cries, mother unconsciously, her hand will go like this. Patting kid, right? So mother is what? Kid conscious, not Krishna conscious. Because in and out she'll be thinking about kid. So it all depends on how much you think about Krishna and how well you practice to think about Krishna. Then you can remember. You got my point, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you. So, anybody else? Okay, now coming to the reflection. 5 minutes. We already passed, what is the time now? 9:03, 9:05, right? So, you have a question? हिंदी में पूछो. हिंदी में मुझे नहीं आता, मगर थोड़ा कोशिश करूंगा.
प्रभु, मैंने सुना था कि शुकदेव गोस्वामी ब्रह्मवादी थे जब उसके, तो उनको 2 श्लोका सुनाए तो वो भगवान के भक्त बने. तो वो तो पहले से मुझे शुक थे, मुझे राधा रानी के शुक थे, मैंने ये भी सुना है. तो वो ब्रह्मवादी कैसे, क्यों वो ब्रह्मवादी हुए?
क्योंकि वो ब्रह्मवादी बने इसलिए वो 2 श्लोक सुनाने के लिए हमको, वो 2 श्लोक है ना, अच्छा सा व्यासदेव भेजते हैं, उनका शिष्यों को भेजते हैं. किसके? वो सुखदेव गोस्वामी जब जाते हैं तो पीछे भेजते हैं, जाओ उसको सुनाओ. वो 2 श्लोक सुनाते हैं. ओके, जब वो श्लोक सुनाते हैं, बहुत अच्छा मीनिंग है वो श्लोक, हमको देना है ना वो श्लोक, इसलिए वो ब्रह्म. और Okay, reflections. Anybody wants to reflect your learnings today? Please, 5 minutes, quick. Only they will get prasadam. No? Kirtida, go ahead. Tarun. What do you remember from the class? Or you already forgot?
It's this, I'm trying to think what is important, what I have to carry home. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam every day, because it is sweet as the nectar which is coming from Shukdev Goswami's mouth. So I feel that I have listening to this every day will help me understand more about Krishna and realize the meaning of this life.
Thank you, Kirtida. Brinda.
I learned that hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the right people is important because other people can have different translations like the sloka you said. So hearing it from the right person is very important.
Thank you. You want to speak? Please. Mataji, aap boliye. Hindi mein boliye. Yes. Tarun, don't shake.
The third verse that we learned. The third verse that we learned was about prayojana, and hearing again and again will help us to purify, because I feel I'm very contaminated, so it will help me.
Thank you, Mataji.
If we hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, as you said, and it is written also in the Bhagavatam, that Krishna will come himself and will sit inside our heart, and he will cleanse all the dirt in the form of whatever inside our body or in the soul. And in that way, it will lead to live our life, and after life also, it will help to basically get liberated from this life and how many lives we take after the birth.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, Shanai Mataji, please. We'll be quick. In 5 minutes, we'll wrap up. Okay? Sorry to make you wait.
I mean, as you said, like it is better to start listening every day. Literally something similar to what she said, because then once he sits inside, he'll help you start chanting, like how even you can chant all the mantras. You know it by heart, all those, I'm nowhere with all those by heart stuff. I know the gist, but no, I can't chant the mantras like this by heart, because when you chant like that, there is a vibration. Everything in Sanskrit, whatever it is, there's a vibration. That vibration goes through our all the 5 bodies in our body. Our body constitutes of 5 bodies. So it goes in everywhere, and then, he gives the direction for us further in our life. And so we get our liberation. I'm just telling in a gist.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Mataji.
Bhagavad, Namaste, Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita book should be in everybody's house. It should be. And for the children, they should come to know our.
Thank you, Mataji. Next. Quick.
The Srimad Bhagavatam is the matured fruit, and if we really relish it by drinking, and Krishna it'll cleanse our heart, and Krishna will reside in our heart.
Very nice.
I learned that more important,
it's more important to implement Srimad Bhagavatam than just reading it and making it a habit. So it's in your heart always.
Nice.
I learned that no matter what your backgrounds are, it's really simple to read the Srimad Bhagavatam and implement it into your life and change your whole life from the scriptures, no matter where you're from or how you think of it.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Vatsala Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Mike.
Haribol, thank you so much for the nicest session. Wonderful class. We learned a lot. We can keep listening over and over. Some Mataji was telling that she cannot memorize. Please join the club. I am older than you. I have a problem reciting verses. So I shy away from taking exams. But anyway, if we keep listening to it with a lot of attention, a lot of dedication, I'm sure, as Prabhuji said, Sri Krishna will be sitting in our heart. He will clean our heart and make our memories much better than what it was before. So slowly, probably we can relish the fruit without worrying about what age we are in, whether you are a child or whether a grown-up grandmother. We can still enjoy it, and we can probably sweet of Krishna eventually. Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderful class. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Kids, you want to speak? Okay, Mataji, Saujanya Mataji, behind. Let's be a little fast, 5 minutes.
As you said, he's already in the heart. Only thing is we need to realize he's inside the heart. All that is possible when you read.
Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, it was a very nice lecture. It was like reassuring that just forget everything else. So it's like it's on us how much we keep remembering. And then I like the part you said, like how he's saying, oh, smarter people. That means we have to become now alert. So that's what I felt like. Otherwise, simply reading, listening. Now you know the importance of it. So we have to, that's what I felt. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. You can speak, Mataji.
Basically, learning and repeating what you learn will help you, like you learn ABCD, like you give an example, that will help you learn all the shlokas and understand the meaning more every day.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. I like the comparison what you showed when Indra was presenting a nectar, and on other side when Shukdev Goswami were presenting Bhagavad Gita, that this is more than nectar, which will release your soul throughout all the lives after the death. So that is very important. And those who are non-envious people, it would be easier for them to get the rasa of this Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Mataji. Isha. Tarun, stand up.
Okay. I learned that mango lassi was the best drink. I'm just kidding, I knew that beforehand. No, I learned that it's important to read the Srimad Bhagavatam every day, and that you can only learn by orally, and you have to learn orally from a source and someone who's verified and actually a guru, and not from someone who's unknowledgeable.
Thank you. Very nice.
Today's satsang, I learned why we should apply Bhagavatam to our life and all of the benefits of applying it to our life every day.
Nice. Everyone one sentence at least.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Just following the Parikshit Maharaj and listen more.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I like the example which you given from the Mukund Mala Sutra, right? That we are drinking this poison even if there is a lot of nectar available.
So I will try to release that nectar by reading Srimad Bhagavatam daily. Correct. Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Two things. I came to home program after a long time. So it's so wonderful, like, on a weekly basis, devotees getting together and discussing Bhagavatam, so that one thing I maybe should do more. And second thing, that the example that you gave about that Krishna falling and the misinterpretation, the correct meaning of the word. So that was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Bhagavatam is very authentic because it is coming from Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada, Narada to Vyasadev, Vyasadev to Sukadeva Goswami, and finally come down to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even he is the main shop owner, and Prabhupada spread it all over the world. And in addition to that, in Bhagavatam is mainly for the pure devotees, those who are impure in heart. Even a person envious about Supreme Personality or the scriptures, if they keep hearing the Bhagavatam, their heart also melt. They'll also get the nectarian things and take the advantage of it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Please pass on the mic. Everybody should speak one sentence. We'll wrap up in 5 minutes.
Hare Krishna. I don't know much about Krishna, but we pray Jagannath. I'm from Puri, Jagannath Puri. So he's our Krishna, he's our Jagannath. And only one thing I learned from this, Sarva Dharmana Paritejya Mameka Saranam Braja Aham Tva Sarva Papabhya Mukhya Swami Mang Sucha. So just worship Krishna, Jagannath. Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. So we are in the Rath Yatra spree. If you know, there are many Rath Yatras going on, and biggest will be in September 23rd, Philadelphia Rath Yatra. Please mark your calendars. Biggest Rath Yatra. Next week will be Gita Nagari. Yes.
We have our Jagannath Yatra in this locality.
Wonderful.
And we also do Jagannath Yatra.
Very nice. Thank you. Nice to know.
Jagannath is everywhere.
Hari Bol, Jai Jagannath. Yes. Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thanks for the wonderful class. So one thing that I learned from listening to Srimad Bhagavatam is that I have to hear it every single day, because through Ramcharan Prabhu's class, I've been joined with him since 2020, and every weekday we hear Srimad Bhagavatam through him. But every time when we hear, it's a different meaning. We enjoy a different type of nectar, because it's a spiritual knowledge, and we read it one time, it gives us one meaning, but when we read it again, it gives us another deeper meaning. And the more we hear, the more the relish, the more the nectar we relish, and it's more enjoyable every single time. So this is the beautiful fruit that more you eat it, the bigger it becomes and the sweeter it becomes. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. Gira Mataji.
This shloka, I think, is the best shloka to describe both or glorify both the book Bhagavat and the person Bhagavat. So in one shloka, we realize the importance of both the Bhagavatas.
Very nice. Thank you. Ashok Prabhu.
We have to hear the Bhagavatam till end of our life.
Every life.
Every life. What do you say? Once you hear the Bhagavatam, you don't have the next life, right?
Yes. If we don't have next, we have to hear like how Parikshit Maharaj heard, not the way we hear. How Parikshit Maharaj heard 7 days, no water, no sleep, no food. Can we hear that? Yeah. Let's see if we hear for one. If we hear 1 day without food, without water and sleep.
1 hour also you can do.
So if we hear that way, yes, that will be your last birth, last life.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Thank you. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. One thing I want to share with the team. Just by hearing Bhagavatam every day, the Krishna will reside in your heart, and that will help cleansing your body, and ultimately you can go to the Godhead.
Thank you, Prabhu. Vasul Prabhu.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Class was really good. We came after a long time.
So today I learned many things. Bhagavatam is 18th Puran, 18,000 verses, 12 cantons, and it is a seed which was sowed by Krishna, and it became tree by Brahma, and Vedvas basically gave it as a fruit, and Sukdev Swami like ate it like a parrot and made it more juicy. And like all the devotees told, we need to hear every day so that our heart will get cleansed and we will get liberated from here. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Mataji.
Thank you, I think one thing I learned was that it's not as important to memorize everything, but it's more important to understand the learnings and how you implement in your life to make your life better.
Very practical, yes.
Hare Krishna, it was very enlightening message today. You cited Bhagavatam and explained it. Really, I'm thankful that everybody here understand that. But the key thing is chanting any mantra. I have been doing it for several years. I didn't do nothing till the age of 10. So after 11 years, when I'm old, I started chanting, and I fast one day a week, which is Monday. Okay, so it is an effect, and the chanting mantra is actually food for your soul. To realize that you have to go step by step, then you, at the ultimate end, you will see that there is some benefit of chanting. And on top of that, I would say something which all of you know, the 5-finger rule: love, serve, then you purify yourself, finally you meditate, and then you realize 5-finger rule, which you have to love the God first, okay, and serve people, okay, and then go step by step. So 5 steps, if you do that, then it will be something you realize, which is the nectar. And that is the only self-realization I have realized that in my life, and I'm still doing. I read Bhagavad Gita every day, 3 slokas, okay. Thank you very much, and thank you all here. God bless you all.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
The host, final verdict.
The final word is the prasadam is very nice. I think everybody's waiting for his past dinner time for most of us.
Is there rasam there?
Well,
Rasam Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu. Again, the host. Let's all 3 times loudly thank by chanting Hari Bol 3 times. Hari Bol. Did I leave anyone? No. Kids want to speak? No, okay, good. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Kalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwasa Naiva Jayate Jarida Vidyajal Jadendriya Tahekal Jiva Fele Vishesagare Karamadhi Jivahati Lobo Mai Sudharmati Take Yata Katina Samsare Krishna Barodaya Mai Paribara Jiva Jai Swaprasad Annadilo Bai Yei Annamrita Pavo Sri Radha Krishna Gunagavo Premada Ko Chaitanya Nitai Jaini Mai Jainitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Sri Radha Krishna Mahaprasadam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki Jai Hari Hari Bol. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, online devotees. Haribol.
Thank you very much. Beautiful class. Enjoy the prasadam on our behalf.
Thank you.